Welcome to IELTS Listening. Today we study IELTS 17, Test 2, Part 1, Opportunities for Voluntary Work in Sautho Village. This part has 10 questions. All are note completion. The answer limit is one word and/or a number. All questions use keyword location. Note, some questions have correction traps or spelling traps. 3 core strategies: predict answer type, locate keywords, and watch for correction signals. This is a conversation between Frank, a retired resident, and Jane, a volunteer coordinator, about voluntary work in Sautho Village. The first part of the topic talks about collecting books for the library. It covers questions 1 to 3 from turn 1 to turn 4. The second part of the topic talks about updating library records. It covers questions 4 to 7 from turn 5 to turn 8. The third part of the topic talks about the library's location and building details. It covers questions 8 to 10 from turn 9 to turn 12. The heat map shows questions 1 to 3 are in the first part, questions 4 to 7 are in the second part, and questions 8 to 10 are in the third part. Note, this part has correction traps and spelling traps. For example, an answer may be denied first and then corrected. Now we enter the question-by-question mode. It is recommended to pause the video and predict the answers first. For question 1, the blank is after help with and before books, so we need a verb ing form to show what kind of help is needed. The clue words are help with and books. We predict the answer is a verb ing form, an action related to books. In the recording, Jane says, get involved in collecting them. Them means books, so the answer is collecting. The recording directly says collecting. Copy it as is. Remember the spelling, collecting. Answer confirmed, collecting. Fill it into the blank. For question 2, the blank is between keep and of books. You need a noun here, something that needs to be updated. The clue words before the blank are keep and of books, suggesting you need a noun related to books. Jane says, keep the records up to date. Records is the answer, directly extracted from the audio. The answer is records. Be careful with the spelling. Don't write record or list. For question 3, the blank is before room, so we need to fill in the name of the room. Remember, it's not asking for a direction, but the specific room name. The clue words are room and village hall, so the answer is related to the name of a room in the village hall. In the recording, Jane says the West Room, directly giving the room name. Note that she mentioned left earlier, but that was describing the location, not the room name. The answer is West, a direct dictation. Remember to capitalize the first letter because it's the proper name of the room. Question 4. The blank is after providing. We need a noun for what help is offered. The clue word is providing. We can guess the answer is a service or an item. Frank says, I could help with transport, so transport is the answer. The answer is transport. Be careful not to write drivers. Question 5. The blank is after such as, so we need a specific hobby. The clue word is such as, so we predict the answer is a noun for a hobby. In the recording, Frank says, particularly if there are any art groups. Art is the answer. Art. Question 6. The blank is after taking Mrs. Carroll to, so we need a place name. The clue phrase is taking Mrs. Carroll to, so we predict the answer is a place. In the conversation, Jane says she needs a lift to the hospital, so the answer is hospital. So the answer for question 6 is hospital. Question 7. The blank is under Mr. Salisbury's house in the notes. You need to fill in a place name. The clue words are work in the. Predict the answer is a place, like garden or kitchen. The listening anchor word is weeding. The recording says, if you could do some weeding in his garden. The answer is garden. Be careful of the distractor kitchen. That is for decorating. Weeding is in the garden. Answer confirmed? Garden. Fill the blank in the note, garden. Blue, fill animation. Question 8 asks for the name of the event on the 19th of October. Remember, we need the event itself, not other details. The date, 19 Oct, before the blank is a clue. It tells us to find the event for that date. In the recording, Jane says, we're holding a quiz. Quiz is the name of the event we need. Be careful. Refreshments mentioned later is about help needed, not the event itself. Don't write it here. So the answer is quiz. Pay attention to the spelling. For question 9, the word before the blank is checking. We need a noun as the object. From the context, it should be checking entry documents. The clue word is checking. We can predict the answer is something related to entry, like tickets or ID. In the recording, Jane says, check them at the door. Here, them refers to tickets, so the answer is tickets. Pay attention to the spelling and the plural form. Question 10. Before the blank, we have designing the, so we need a noun. It's about designing a poster. The clue word is designing, so we predict the answer is an object or a promotional material. The listening anchor word is haven't got. The recording says haven't got a poster, so the answer is poster. The recording directly says poster, so we copy it exactly. Be careful not to be confused by draft later. Answer confirmed, poster. Now, let's summarize the 2 main tricks in this listening test. The first trick is correction trap. The speaker first gives wrong information, then corrects it with words like actually or sorry. For example, in question 1, the speaker first said one date, then quickly corrected it to another date. The second trick is spelling trap. The speaker spells the word letter by letter, or the word has linking sounds, making it easy to misspell. Question 2 is a spelling trap. The speaker spelled the name, but the pronunciation of Z can be confused with C. Remember these tricks. Next, let's review the important vocabulary from this listening test. Now, let's learn the key vocabulary for each question. Question 1 answer, a date. Pay attention to the writing format of month and day, like 12th March. Question 2 answer, a person's name. Note the pronunciation of Z, which is Z in British English. Question 3 answer, a number. Double means a repeated digit, like 55 means 55. Question 4 answer, a place name. Watch the spelling, like library, not library. Question 5 answer, time. Quarter means 15 minutes, like quarter past means 15 minutes past the hour. Question 6 answer, a price. Note the currency unit, like pound for British money, dollar for US money. Question 7 answer, an activity name. Watch the spelling, like concert, not concert. Question 8 answer, a color. Note common color spellings, like purple, not purple. Question 9 answer, an item name. Watch the spelling, like ticket, not ticket. Question 10 answer, a number. Note the use of 100 and 1,000, like 200 means 200. That's all for this listening test. Remember, for part 1, always preview the questions first and watch out for correction traps and spelling traps. Good luck!